Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm really happy to be doing this one. I really wanted to share this podcast because it's really important for me not to take advice from people who don't know or from people who didn't make it. So let's get started. First, I'd like you to understand that I'm not saying really basic principles for you not to understand, because I guess you already know that you shouldn't get advice from people who didn't. But sometimes our brains are shut down, and this is pretty much I don't know how to explain, but this is pretty much the main topic of my channel. Talking about stuff that are really basic, really simple, like really simple principles, but sometimes we know, but we have a hard time embodying it and living by by these topics. So I don't take advice from people who don't know. This is really hard to do. I know it is, and even if we don't want to, most of the stuff we learn, most of the stuff people tell us, just stay in our brains, in our mind, and we don't stop thinking about it for some reason. Especially if you have anxiety, you will probably overthink and question yourself on stuff you wouldn't question before. And I know it can be really hard to be living it like this. So what I mean by that is that what I mean by the title, I don't take advice from people who don't know, and especially I don't take advice from people who didn't make it. And also I don't give advice. This is why I'm not advising on this channel. This is just a podcast where I just talk about random topics. They aren't that random. I just receive them, but I just talk about topics that are really interesting to me, and I think it is important to open your mind to these topics. Maybe you didn't think about it, maybe you're stuck in your level up journey, you don't really know where to grow, you don't really know where, like, what to do. You didn't have, yeah, like you didn't know that you have this kind of triggers, or you didn't know how to use the law of attraction. And I'm just talking about this kind of stuff. I'm trying to guide you, but I'm not really giving advice, because most of the time the topics I have the solution, I have the theory, but it is harder to be embodying them. So this one I have it, this one I live by it. I don't take advice from people who don't know. I don't even question myself when someone is telling me something. I have plenty of example of people who are telling me everything, especially about investing, especially about money. A lot of people love talking about money when they have no idea what it is. I remember a friend of mine. I had to block him, and yeah, this is the topic of the previous podcast. You wouldn't do it for a friend, like, so you shouldn't do it for a man. And he was a friend of mine. Maybe if it was a man who told me this, I would like be overthinking. He was a man, but I'm talking about man that you date. But he was a friend of mine. He told me, no, you shouldn't invest in real estate. It already happened to my friend. They always have a friend or an auntie or an uncle or the cousin of their neighbors. It already happened to them that they started investing in something and it didn't work out. So they think that this is like the stuff. But I swear, most of the people have so much limiting beliefs. And since the day you start doing your inner work and you start understanding that most of the stuff you have around you, most of the stuff you think, are just limiting beliefs on limiting beliefs. You just see limiting beliefs all around you. They were here since the beginning, but you just realize how people are stuck in their mind. So he was stuck in his mind. He was telling me that if I invest in real estate, the people will be staying in the apartments, or they will be sabotaging them, break everything, like, they wouldn't take care of it, and they wouldn't want to leave, and I will have to go to court to make them out. And in the beginning I was like, oh my god, this is true, this is something that happens. I don't want to be in these kind of situations, and when you start overthinking, when you start doubting, this is the only thing that is occupying your mind. And because I believe in law of attraction, I guess you just attract what you think about. And I'm someone who shares a lot, and I love sharing about my projects. Not I don't tell everything, but I tell the main stuff. I don't tell everything I do, all the steps, but I'm like, I'd like to start this business, or I'd like to start this other business. For the moment, no one is no one knows about this YouTube channel I'm doing. But I'm not really a mysterious person, I'm not gonna lie. And this is something I'd like to work on in 2023. Anyway, so he was telling me this kind of stuff. Another stuff, when I was in school, we were having lunch and I was reading while having lunch. Most of the people are on their phones, so I think I have the right to be reading. So I was reading, and a guy was like, "Oh, what are you reading?" And I was reading The Millionaire Next Door at this time. This is one of the book that I really recommend to start investing or to start understanding money a bit more. And I was reading this one. And the guy was like, "Oh, I know none of the people I know that are rich today who read this kind of books." And in the beginning I was like, oh my god, I wasn't triggered, but sometimes you aren't triggered, but you just want to freaking make them shut. Like I wanted to say, shut up. But I didn't say anything. I was like, great. In the beginning I said no. In the beginning I said, yeah, I don't take advice from people who didn't make it. And then I said, no, okay, yeah, all right, I get your opinion. But I don't give a I don't give a crap, I don't care. I couldn't care less. What are you telling me? How do you know that? Did you ask all of them? And even if all the people in your, around you never wrote a book, all the people around you who are rich never read a book. How do you know that every rich people never read a book? I don't know if it's Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or whatever. Whoever is rich around you never read a book. I don't even care about the people that are around you. I'm caring about the richest people out there. How did they make it? And if it's not the richest people out there, because maybe I can't really relate to them, concerning age, race, gender, we have nothing in common. I'd like to talk about someone like the richest woman in the world, or a woman who is making 7 figures a year, 7 figures a month. And I can relate to them. This book was recommended by a female entrepreneur, and she's doing really fine. She's a feminine female entrepreneur. She's not running her business the masculine way. So if she recommended me this book, I can read it, because I know that I don't know if it's not because she read this book that she became a multimillionaire. No, it has nothing to do with that. Most of the principles we know nowadays that you see on YouTube are from books. They are from books. People died and they let all their knowledge into a book, like in a book. Now you can see it on YouTube and all this stuff. People are making some videos, reviews on books and all this stuff, but everything are from books. And I know that by reading a book, I will not be rich. It doesn't make sense. It's not because you read the book and then you become rich. No, you read the book, you get the principles, you embody them, you embrace them, you live by this principle, and then you take actions. So I really suggest you not to take advice from people around you. They are telling you, no, if you do this, if you do that. They always have something bad to tell you. They always have plenty of limiting beliefs to tell you. They didn't make anything. Why would you take advice from someone who didn't make anything? And I'm sorry. I'm gonna bash someone. I have to bash someone. I have to talk about this one. In the Catholic, they have priests, and when you have a priest, the priest can't be married in the Catholic field. So I have nothing against the church. I have nothing against religion. I was born and raised as a Catholic. Like, my parents are still Catholic. But the thing is that he's a priest and he's giving me advice on how to manage my couple and my family. You can't have a wife. You can't have children. Why would you tell me how to raise my children when you don't know? And I know that most of the priests, most of the people who are really interested in spirituality, they go they get everything from God. But I prefer not talking about the topics I don't know. I wouldn't help someone do something that I can't, because it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me just to help someone getting something that I can't have myself. If I could have it myself, I will do it for myself. Why wouldn't I? Even if you don't want it, maybe you try, because it takes practice to get to somewhere. It takes practice and discipline and knowledge. Knowledge isn't enough. Knowledge and action are the best combination you could have. So if you have the knowledge and you don't take action, how would you advise someone. I could advise you on everything about dating, everything about finding a provider man, provider husband, but I don't have one myself. This is what I didn't want to talk about dating, because I'm not there yet. This is a topic I didn't want to talk about. But I see so many women getting lost in the dating field because they have everything, the career, the everything. Like, they have everything, and when it comes to dating, they become crazy, and they are just like breaking the whole society, the whole gender rules and all this stuff. Everything is falling apart just for dating. And I don't agree with that. This is why I'm talking about it. But I swear, if I could, I wouldn't talk about it, because it is only theory. It is only theory. The only thing I talk about on dating is not only theory. I'm not gonna lie. It's not only theory. But if I had to tell you how to find a provider husband when I don't have one, it's only theory. This is stuff I heard. This is stuff that I know works for plenty of people. So I will just tell the stuff I know, and I don't agree with that. This is why, on the contrary, I wouldn't take advice from someone who is not rich. How can someone who is earning like 5 figures a year will tell me how to be a millionaire? Maybe they know, maybe they have the knowledge, but do it first then. Do it first. Why would you tell me how to become a millionaire? Do it first. And this is why I like, I will not be talking about too much about other content creators, because otherwise, like, it will be a whole mess. But there is one that I like, that is, I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but I will put it in the description. And she talks about frugality. In the beginning, she was talking about frugality, and during the lockdown, I wanted to be really frugal. I was really into a minimalism journey. I really wanted to save. I didn't have any goals, but I really wanted to save my money and just to be respectful with my money, if that makes sense. And she was giving advice, and then she stopped everything. She deleted all her videos, and she started talking about the scam around money, the scam around content creators. I don't really know how to say that. Financial content creators. I think, you say this kind of stuff, like personal finance content creators. And she started talking about the scam. And she said, because she wanted to change everything, like all her niche, sorry. She said, I was giving you advice on how to get money, and I was getting money from telling you how to get money that I didn't have. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense at all. So please, I beg, again, I'm always begging you, because I just see people going crazy, doing random stuff, and they don't even think. Like, they're on autopilot, getting advice for everyone. If someone didn't make it, don't even dare. Like, don't even think about putting this into your mind. It doesn't even exist. The information doesn't exist. You're not a multimillionaire. You're telling me how to be a multimillionaire. I don't listen to you. I don't care. I will not listen to you. I don't care. You didn't make it. If you don't have children, don't tell me how to raise my children. I'm waiting for you to have some, and then you will tell me how to raise my children. Because theory and practice has nothing to do together. It has nothing to do together. It's definitely not the same thing. Sometimes you will be like, oh yeah, I know everything about this, I know everything about that. If only you knew. I told you, I didn't take action really quick. And this is why I made a video. It is one of my first one. Start now. Start now. Because guess what? I waited like for 3 or 4 years before starting investing, starting investing, when I knew everything in theory. And theory and practice has nothing to do together. Whenever I have a plan and I try to stick to my plan, there is always something that is different. So if someone only has the theory, don't even listen to them. Don't care. You don't care. Maybe if it's a content creator, you will not be that triggered. But if it's someone around you, maybe you can really get triggered by someone. Like your mother telling you, because I know plenty of women that are starting in a rock, is because it's not only about dating. Usually we get triggered by some stuff. We are tired of being tired, and then we start doing inner work. This is how it works. So everything, like every change you make in your life starts from being tired of something, and then you're like, okay, I want to change. I'm done with this situation. So I guess you have you had bad experience in dating. You had bad experience with your mother, with a friend. I don't know. Maybe you had a toxic relationship, and someone is telling you, this toxic person is telling you, you can't make it. You will never be able to start a business. how cool the black woman start a business, how cool the gay person start a business, how do you think that you will attract people to be buying from you, do you really think that you could invest in real estate when you don't have a job yet? They have plenty of limiting beliefs, but guess what? Don't listen to them because it's their own limiting beliefs. It's their own experience. If it's their own perception of life. And I will make an episode on this one. Change your perception and change your life. So don't miss out on this one. I will be posting it really quick, like in 3 or 4 episodes. It will be released. It will be posted. And I definitely don't want you to be listening to other people telling you bullshit about what they have as a perception or what they have as an experience. Because imagine just listening to everyone who's telling them about their experience. We all have bad experiences. I had bad experiences myself, not in business, not in investing, but in maybe in another field. And I will tell you, no, don't cook, because if you cook, you'll get burnt. Because I got burnt once, now I know that if you cook, you get burnt. No, it's just a limiting beliefs. If you pay attention, if you have all the security around you, why would you burn yourself? You know? And if ever people were listening to those who didn't make it, every time we wouldn't be there. We wouldn't be there yet as humans. We wouldn't be there. Imagine if the first person, I don't know, when someone invented a car, as an example, Ford, when he invented the cars, he invented, I'm sorry, I'm not really into this kind of stuff, but he invented a special motor. Everyone was like, no, it's not possible. It's not possible. But you don't even know. If it's not possible, try again. Try again. If it's possible in your mind, everything you can imagine, it is a principle from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If in your mind you are able to do so, if you can imagine, you can do it. Everything your mind can do, everything your mind can imagine, you can do it. This is why I really like visualization in law of attraction. So yeah, I'm getting out of topic every time. But what I want you to know is that if you can think about it, it means that you can do it. There is no limit around. You can do whatever you want, okay? Then don't listen to other people. Don't listen, especially people who didn't make it. Maybe there is someone who made it and you're like, oh my God, but he made it. He's a multimillionaire and I want to be a multimillionaire, so I should listen to him or I should listen to her. Not always. Not always. This is this is a topic for another video, but don't even listen to people who didn't make it. Because if sometimes you don't even have to listen to people who made it, because maybe you don't have the same experience, you're not coming from the same background. I don't even know why would you care about someone who didn't make it. Like, there is no point. I hope you understand, and I hope you realize, because sometimes we don't even realize some stuff. We are like so much in autopilot, living our lives, and we don't even understand that we are taking advice from people who didn't make it. We are listening to people telling us, no, you're crap, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not able of this, you're not able of that. No, they are unable of this, they are unable of that, they are unable to start a business. They have this fear of speaking in public, so they can't be speaking in public. They can't swim, they can't drive, they can't ride a bike, they can't ride a horse, they can't do that. This is their own limiting beliefs. This is why they are telling you this. But this is not always toxic. Maybe it's to protect you because they don't want you to be too disappointed and they don't want you to be crying. They don't want you to be sad because you didn't achieve it. They don't want you to be wasting your time. But do your own experience. And if ever you can think it, or if ever you have role models who made it, they don't have anything better than you. So you can do it. Of course you can do it. Don't listen to them. This is BS. Listen to me. This is BS. What everyone is telling you about what you have to do, this is BS. And you have to embody this principle. You have to live by this principle. I don't listen to people who don't even know what they are talking about. Okay? Okay? You have to repeat this freaking sentence every morning. I don't listen to people who don't even know what they are talking about. You don't know anything about investing? You want to tell me about investing? You don't even know what it means. Do some research, for fuck's sake. Sorry. So yeah, I will be stopping there before getting too emotional. I really love this channel. I really love my podcast. I swear I've been waiting for so long to start this channel and I don't know why. this is such a relief to be talking about this kind of topics, and I'm so happy because I just can speak as I want. I don't have any limits, and I really feel called out to do this channel actually. So I'm really happy because I can really talk. If I get emotional, it means that it is something I care about, and I usually don't care about anything. I'm so unbothered, you have no idea. I just do stuff, and usually just do stuff when I have to do them, but I don't really want to do them. And this one, I really want to do it. I don't feel forced. I'm really happy to be doing this channel. So thank you so much for listening to this one. Don't listen to the people who don't know. This is all BS. So thank you so much for listening to this video. And yeah, see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Thank you so much for listening, and see you in the next one.